Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Saturday performed the Eid al-Adha prayers at Al-Mushir Tantawi's mosque in New Cairo. The prayers were attended by the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Defense Mohammed Zaki, as well as senior state officials. The prayers began by reciting verses from the Holy Quran by Sheikh Hagag al-Hindawi. This was followed by the Eid glorifications and then the Eid sermon. The sermon tackled the story of the Holy Prophet Ibrahim and his his son, Holy Prophet Ismail, which reflected the highest degrees of sacrifice, submission, and obedience to the orders of Allah Almighty. Marking the start of Eid al-Adha on Saturday, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi exchanged greeting cables with kings and leaders of the Arab and Islamic countries. President Sisi wished the Arab and Islamic leaders and their peoples peace and prosperity. The president said he hoped the spirit of solidarity would prevail among the nation's peoples in order to realize a better future for the entire Arab and Muslim nations. Meanwhile, President Sisi sent a greeting cable to Egyptian expats on the occasion of Eid al-Adha, wishing them development and progress. The president also received greeting cables from top state officials. President Sisi received phone calls from the Emir of Qatar and the Emir of Tabuk region. President Sisi also held phone calls with leaders of UAE, Bahrain, Algeria, Kuwait, Tunisia, head of Sudan's Sovereignty Council, Lebanese Prime Minister, Iraqi President and Prime Minister. The president greeted the leaders on the occasion of Eid al-Adha and wished the countries and peoples peace, progress and prosperity. Egypt's First Lady Intisar al-Sisi greeted the Egyptian people and the Arab nation on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. The First Lady wished them peace and prosperity on that holy occasion. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued a decree to pardon a number of prisoners on the occasion of Eid al-Adha and the 70th anniversary of the 1952 revolution. Member of the Presidential Pardon Committee, member Tariq al-Khouli, said the president issued pardons for 1,270 male and female prison inmates in Wadi Natrun Correctional and Rehabilitation Center. He added that the social protection sector at the Interior Ministry prepared a big list of prisoners to be pardoned on national occasions and Eid al-Adha in accordance with presidential pardon decrees. Policemen throughout the country celebrated Eid al-Adha with citizens as they distribute flowers and presents among cars, drivers and passers-by in the streets and squares. This came in the framework of the Interior Ministry to activate a social role in sharing celebrations with citizens during various occasions. Citizens appreciated the effort exerted by policemen and thanked them for their good gesture. Thousands of Muslim pilgrims cast pebbles in the stoning of the devil ritual, marking the start of the Eid al-Adha holiday Saturday as a Hajj pilgrimage that drew 900,000 visitors began winding down. Details.
Enormous crowds of white-robed worshippers thronged Mina near Mecca in western Saudi Arabia for the stoning ritual, where each threw 7 pebbles at 3 large concrete walls representing Satan. The pilgrims threw stones that they had collected in nearby Muzdalifah. The Hajj started on Wednesday at the Grand Mosque in Mecca, Islam's holiest site, before an overnight stay in tents and prayers on Mount Arafat, where the Prophet Muhammad is believed to have delivered his final sermon. After the stoning ritual, pilgrims returned to Mecca to perform farewell or tawaf. An hour after sunrise on Saturday, the Kaaba was already surrounded by circumambulating pilgrims, while others at the Grand Mosque prayed on the first day of Eid. Facing the mosque, the Mecca clock tower displayed the message Eid Mubarak, or Blessed Eid in green. Eid al-Adha, the feast of the sacrifice, marks the end of the Hajj. Muslims across the world celebrate the holiday buying livestock for slaughter to commemorate the willingness of Abraham to sacrifice his son to show obedience to Allah. The Hajj, usually one of the world's largest annual religious gatherings, is one of the 5 pillars of Islam and must be undertaken by all Muslims with the means at least once in their lives. This year, participation was capped at 1 million fully vaccinated worshippers. The Hajj has been taking place against the backdrop of a resurgence of cases in the region, with some Gulf countries tightening restrictions to keep outbreaks in check. All participants were required to submit proof of vaccination, and pilgrims visiting from abroad also had to provide negative PCR tests.